Dominating your fantasy league? Prove it.
Shaping up to be a great game between these two teams. There's no telling what might happen.
Enhance the game with 3 easy steps. Predict, compete, and win. Start now and play your first $20 risk-free. Only on WinView.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. We are live here on Friday night. Got some quick hitters for y'all, quick conversation. We got to talk about some things, man. I know a lot of people have been looking at things on the surface about what's been happening with the Dolphins today, but it goes a lot deeper than that, and we're about to break it down. But before we do, punch that like button, ladies and gentlemen. It's easy. They're not sending the notifications out because YouTube is mad at me right now. They're mad at me right now, but it's all good. All right. You know, we go through this all the time. So punch that like button so that we can go ahead and get started. So we're going to wait. We're going to get over 100 likes and we're going to get started. Appreciate y'all coming through. Shout out to the Mod Squad. Shout out to all the members of the channel. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. I see y'all. Hope you're doing well, TD brother. I'm great, man. I'm great. My son isn't feeling so great. But it's all good. You know, I'm pretty confident he's going to be just fine, though. He's going to be just fine. All right. I got a YouTube notification, and I'm glad you did, but not everybody is. All right. So hit that like button. Let's get 100 likes and we'll get started. A lot to talk about, y'all. OBJ to the Miami Dolphins. We got to talk about Devante Parker, Jerome Baker. Bad news for Tua Tagovailoa. It's just, oh my gosh, it's man. We're gonna get it done. We're gonna get it done. All right. All right. We got 100 likes yet? Not yet. We're about 10 away. That's all right. We'll get there. We'll get there. We will get there. All right. Y'all punch that like button so we can get started. All right. Thank y'all so much for the love and support consistently. There we go. We almost there. I just realized you come on about 9. Oh, that's not true. I mean, today, but you never know when you're going to get TD. All right, we over 100 likes. Y'all make sure y'all remind people as the numbers keep growing in the room to hit that like button on their way in so we can get to about 300 people on this stream, all right? All right, we got to talk. Y'all already know. You know, sometimes I have different perspectives, but I like to give all angles to things. I think a lot of people are looking at some things that happened today. I think people are looking at some of these things wrong. I think you're looking at some of these things wrong. Okay. We're going to break it all down. Okay. We are going to break it all down. All right. So first thing first, OBJ to the Miami Dolphins. Let's talk about that first. Okay. A little sipper. Grapefruit juice. I love it. We're going to talk about OBJ to Miami first. First of all, would you be welcome to have him Odell Beckham Jr. in Miami? Yes or no in the comment section. Yes or no in the comment section. Why your name TD? Because my first name and my last name, those are my initials, TD. Those are my real initials. And it so happens that our mascot's name is TD. So TD and touchdown. So I'm getting a lot of yeses and a few no's for Odell Beckham Jr. Now, TD always trying to come with the voice of reason here, okay? First and foremost, let's talk about why is Odell Beckham getting cut from his team? Does anybody know why OBJ is getting cut from his team? Has any like here's what amazes me. I ain't heard a single person talking about why OBJ is getting cut from his team to begin with. Does anybody know? Does anybody know? I want to see if anybody know. Relationship with Browns. What does that mean? QB conflict. Okay. Trash Baker. Yeah, all the rumors are he's not happy with Baker Mayfield. Why isn't he happy with Baker Mayfield? This ain't got nothing to do with money, okay? Stop that money crap. This ain't got nothing to do with money. This is about Baker Mayfield in the organization. He is not happy with Baker Mayfield. A lot of people say he's not having enough passes. So all these people that want OBJ, you think he gonna come to a better situation in Miami? He ain't happy with a quarterback. Hold on. Is Baker Mayfield better than Tua? Don't start lying now. Put it in the comment section. Yes or no? Is Baker Mayfield better than Tua? Don't be lying now. Don't lie. And I don't even like Baker. But is he better than Tua? Of course he is. And people think he coming to Miami? Now, he ain't got a choice if we claim him off the waiver wire, right? But that's the worst situation. So what I'm trying to do is tell you all the reasons why it don't make sense for him to come to Miami. Then I'm going to tell you all the reasons why it do make sense. So that's reason number one why it don't make sense. He mad at Baker because he ain't getting the targets. And he going to come play with Tua and turn into a dink and dunk artist. Number two, forget Baker Mayfield. I got to keep it 1,000 with y'all. Have y'all watched any of the Browns games that OBJ has played in this year? The nerve of him to call out Baker Mayfield? When I have watched a few Browns games and have seen tons of balls, beautiful balls thrown to OBJ, and guess what OBJ did with those balls? I mean, like 2 games ago, every pass thrown to OBJ just about he dropped in his hand. And I'm watching the game like Odell don't even look good. He out here dropping everything. I said that like 2 weeks ago watching one of their games. I was like, ooh, Odell ain't out here looking good. He out here getting the ball, but he dropping a lot of this. Ugh. He coming back from injury, but receivers drop balls, receivers go on bad spells, but great receivers bounce back eventually, and maybe it's just a different scenery that he needs. But he ain't finna get the targets in Miami, and he sure ain't gonna get the deep targets in Miami. He sure ain't gonna get the deep targets in Miami. Now, why would the Miami Dolphins claim him off of waivers, especially since we're second on the waiver wire? Therefore, if we wanted him, it's like a 97% chance that we can get him. If we wanted him. Now, everybody talk about the money. Yeah, but you'd have to eat $7 million, and we only got like a few. We can't even afford it. Don't worry about that. Devante Parker just went to IR. You could take the rest of his contract, convert it into signing bonus, the guaranteed money as far as the dead cap, and you got the money right there. That's all I'm saying, because people don't know that Devante Parker is still under contract with us for 2 more years after this year until 2024. And we're going to talk about Parker in a moment. It's easy. Miami can get that money easy. The $7.5 million, they can convert that easily. I ain't talking about money right now when it comes to Odell. They could easily do that. But let me tell you why Miami would go get Odell Beckham. 2 main reasons. Reason number 1, bringing in another weapon for Deshaun Watson next year. Basically telling him, it ain't even about this year, Odell. You can come over here, run a few routes. We ain't even going to work you hard. You got to learn the playbook. Just take the rest of the year off, blah, blah, blah. It's really about next year when we get Deshaun Watson. We can have the best receiving core in the NFL. with what we have now and we add you, we can end up on paper at least being the best receiving core in the NFL, hands down. Nobody would even debate it. That's what it's about. That's why I told y'all on Twitter today. Jerome Baker out here opening his mouth. Jerome Baker is out here tweeting at OBJ. We got a defensive player tweeting an offensive player. Does that not tell you something? And not only did it not tell you something, OBJ said, Jerome Baker said, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Now, he couldn't spell here, so he corrected it. But hear me out. Jerome Baker's on Twitter today saying, OBJ, hear me out, bro. And you know what that is, ladies and gentlemen. Hear me out, bro. It ain't about this year. Just imagine you being over here with the rest of this receiving core with Deshaun Watson next year. Bro, don't miss out on this opportunity. And for the homie who dropped the donation just now that said Deshaun gets indicted, then what? If they brought in OBJ and they loaded up for a team that's ready to win and Deshaun got indicted, then it's 100% chance we're going to get Aaron Rodgers. And I'm not a fan of that, but it's going to happen. If we load this team up and ready for war and Deshaun gets indicted, they're going to get Aaron Rodgers. I'll do you one better. They might go get Aaron Rodgers for 2 years. And when Watson's whole situation is over and Aaron Rodgers retire, still go get Watson. When all the legal issues are done and when all a few years pass, I wouldn't be surprised. But like I said, you got Jerome Baker out here on Twitter breaking all kind of Flores rules. OBJ, hear me out. Or is he breaking Flores rules? Maybe they like that. Maybe they were happy about that. I don't know. Speculation. TD got it all figured out. That's what I do, baby. But like I said, that's one reason. That's one reason they tell him come. Another reason why the Miami Dolphins would claim Odell Beckham. Wouldn't this be the perfect distraction away from the biggest debacle that they just had freaking 3 days ago? The dumpster of an organization handling the Deshaun Watson situation terribly. Wouldn't this be the perfect storm disaster? I mean, distraction. I said disaster. Wouldn't this be the perfect distraction to get people mind off all that crap and twofold? Not only get their mind off of it, but put this narrative out there. Devante Parker's on IR. They're doing the Dolphins are just trying to do everything they can to surround Tua to hope that this will help him. That's why I'm not even a OBJ guy in Miami, but I wouldn't rule it out. I wouldn't rule it out. This would be the perfect distraction to get people's mind off of what they just did 3 days ago. Because it's of no consequence. Even if Tua still bombs it out, it's really for, hey, we still got Odell for and matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't bring Odell in and gave him a whole new 3-year deal. People worrying about, oh, well, if you bring Odell in and he's only a rental because his contract will be up, they would bring Odell in and just give a new deal, a 3-year deal, because that's about what he's going to get at this point. Odell's been injuries. He's been inconsistent as a player. He's a 3-year deal type guy right now. He's not living off his name anymore. His name is valuable, but the contract ain't going to add up to his name anymore on his next deal. He's going to have to prove that again. He's going to have to prove that again. That's why I can't rule it out. I would not be surprised if Miami didn't pull the trigger on OBJ. They already trying to deflect y'all. They already saying, they asked Flores in the presser today. Well, y'all said, Chris Greer said, every player, you just do your due diligence. So another player is about to be released. Are y'all going to do y'all due diligence like Greer said? Flores paused for a long time. And long time is like 6 seconds when you're in an interview. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's how long he paused before he said, it's almost like they gave him the idea. Oh, you know what? That makes sense. And then he said, well, yeah, we'll do our due diligence. We check the waiver wire every day. We'll do our due diligence. If a top player comes available, we'll, check it out. So, yeah, we'll do our due diligence on that player. So we'll see. We'll see if they want to get rid of the distraction. And either way, it's twofold. How old is OBJ? I don't know. Y'all tell me. I don't feel like looking it up. One of y'all tell me how old he is. Somebody look it up and put it in the comment section. And don't be guessing. Some of y'all be guessing and be so wrong. Look it up for me. Y'all hit that like button. We got 380 people in here and only 150 likes. What's going on? Y'all said 29? Yeah, like I said, he's at a range now. He's only getting a 3-year deal. And only about 1.6 years of it is guaranteed money. See, Odell is the type of person, if he's lucky, he'll find a 3-year, $30 million with $16 million guaranteed. If he's lucky after this year, he'll get a 3-year, $30 million, $16 million guaranteed. So after 1 year, if he's a bust, the other $6 million, they'll just spread it out between the last 2 deals of his deal. They'll release him and have dead cap of $3 million. But the $6 million also gives him incentive to sign because he's at least getting that money for the second year. That's what Odell Beckham is right now in this NFL. A prime Odell Beckham would probably be a $17, $18 million guy right now. But that ain't the same case. So keep your eyes out for it. Keep your eyes out for it. All right. All right. That's the OBJ debacle. He could end up in Miami. I'm not a fan of it, but he could. And we'll see. But I'm going to move forward to Devante Parker. How did Devante Parker get hurt, y'all? How did Devante Parker get hurt? Something fishy about Devante Parker's injury. We're going to talk about that. Flores said, Devante Parker got hurt. How did it happen? Did it happen in practice? Did it happen in the game? Flores said, it was a lingering injury that, maybe aggravated it in practice. No, don't say practice, y'all. He said it was an injury he had that he may have re-aggravated. It ain't just, hey, I'm 100% healthy. Oh, I'm in practice right now and I just got hurt. Flores said it was an injury that he got, and when he came to practice, he might have re-aggravated it. And he used the word might. Let me tell y'all something. There's 2 ways to look at this. Either Parker is really hurt and they're just shutting him down and probably for the season, right? Or Parker ain't hurt at all. Let me ask y'all a question. An injury-riddled Devante Parker that has been dealing with an injury all year but playing through it, right? What benefit is it to keep playing him this year? What benefit would it have been to play him for the rest of the season anyway? A guy who is already fragile, and he came out and played with Tua and showed you he was the most valuable player on offense anyway. Because when Parker came in, did he not do his job with that one drop ball? But Parker is the only guy on this offense that you know can eat when he wants to eat. Gesicki too, but Parker, when Parker's in the game, he's going to be Tua's best target. He's his 50-50 man. He's his go-to RPO slant man. He's Tua's go-to. That's Tua's security blanket. Let me throw this up 50-50 to Parker. Thank you, man, for making me look decent. Imagine if Parker didn't play versus Buffalo. Oh, Tua would have looked so bad. He already looked bad, but he would have looked so bad. No 50-50s and all that good stuff Parker does. I'm not even buying Parker's injury. It's just the same one that's been lingering that I personally feel like he probably could play through, but the organization's saying two things. Why are we going to play him? Do y'all not remember 2019? Raise your hand. Yes or no? Do you remember 2019 when we were mathematically eliminated and they start shutting everybody down? Am I lying? Am I lying? Remember 2019 when we were mathematically eliminated, they start shutting everybody down. Everybody got shut down. That's how Nick Needham got his shot. They shut everybody down. And all of y'all knew it. You ain't got to lie. You knew that almost every single one of the guys that they shut down had an injury that should have been returning in a week or two, and they end up just IRing them out for the season. All y'all know I ain't lying. All y'all know I ain't lying. Y'all remember 2019 when it was quote unquote tank for Tua, but it was all good then. It was acceptable then because y'all kept saying tank for Tua. And they shut everybody down, Xavier. Everybody got shut down at the end of that season. They not finna sit here and do that to Parker. Man, Parker, we'll see you next year, or why waste the real injury with you when we might be trading you in the offseason anyway? You're still under contract for 2 years. Why would they do that if he's still under contract for 2 years? Why risk him playing a meaningless season and facing an injury when he's one of the few people that still has value? One of the few people that still has a little value to him. I ain't buying this one bit. He may have aggravated something, but it ain't no season ending. Miss me with that. Somebody said not much value. It don't matter. Would you rather a 6th-round pick or nothing? This is a business. It ain't got to be much value, and he has some decent value, by the way. But it ain't got to be much value. TD on his conspiracy vibe. With moments like this in this organization, you better be on those vibes too so you can see the light. Think this stuff just be happening to happen? Teams do this stuff all the time. Mathematically impossible. Anyone with any significant value that they can dust under the rug, oh, you better know it. You better know it. And let me tell you another thing. Another conspiracy theory, if you want to use that. That's why I put it in the title. Bad news for Tua. Bad news for Tua. Now we right back to Gesicki and Waddle. You can't make this up. Now we right back to Gesicki and Waddle. This man is on a 9-game audition, and I'm telling y'all it ain't an audition. The decision's been made. But if I'm going to indulge some of y'all, he's on a 9-game audition. Which would you rather, Gesicki, Waddle, and Parker, or Gesicki and Waddle? It just got even worse for him. It just got even worse. Have you thought about that, ladies and gentlemen? Have you thought about that? And I wouldn't even be surprised, once again, hashtag conspiracy theory TD. I wouldn't be surprised if they ain't doing it on purpose. AB talking about InfoWars talk. Hey, you can say that all you want, but if you out of all people, AB, one of the tour guys, you should be recognizing this too. Forget the conspiracy theory. Which would you rather, AB? Gesicki, Parker, and Waddle, or Gesicki and Waddle? You let me know. Gets even worse. Oh boy. Oh boy. Boy, Tua. They setting you up to fail, homie. And it is what it is. It is what it is. Listen. Is Fuller out for the season? You might as well say he is. Flores say, we expect to have him back at some point. Fuller gonna come out there, run 3 routes and say, my thighs hurt. Fuller ain't here for no Tua Tagovailoa. Tua ain't here. I mean, Fuller ain't here for no Tua Tagovailoa. Do y'all truly think y'all really think Fuller been milking this? I mean, I'm done. I don't want to hear it from nobody. Fuller is milking every bit, milking it. I signed up for Watson. He ain't here yet. Sit right back on IR and get this Jay Cutler money. Sit right back here and get this Jay Cutler money. Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh, this is so crazy to me. It's all right in front of our faces. Some people just keep ignoring it. I mean, the writing's on the wall, y'all. That man gonna come back in about 2 weeks and say he got a pinky injury. Watch, mark my word. And y'all really think if Devante Parker dealing with something he can't go through? They preserving this man. Parker's still under contract for 2 years. I'm telling y'all. TD, is there anything Tua can do to change your opinion? Absolutely. He can go to another team and ball out, and I'll be like, that kid turned the corner. He's a great now. Look at him go. No, man, like I said to y'all, man, Tua can do some things to change my opinion. It ain't about him going. It ain't about us winning games. It ain't about him having 80% completion percentage. It's about on Tuesday or Wednesday when I'm watching Tua's film of the game, is he anticipating? Is he reading the field? Is he going through progressions? Or is he just taking the completions, trying to get the first person he see? You see what I mean? Is he basic or is he elevating his game? Is he improving his improvisation skills? See, everybody want to talk about, Tua winning, no, bro. That's all that matters. You got to go watch the film. You got to go look at the film. That's what I want to see with Tua. I want to see it translate in the film. It's all that matters, y'all. It's all that matters. And that's all that matters for organizations. They're looking at the film. If just wins and losses mattered, Tebow would still be in the NFL. It's that simple, man. And the saddest part of it all, man, What quarterback do people compare Tua to the most to try to justify why we should wait? Y'all put it in the comment section. What quarterback do they compare Tua to the most so that they could justify why we should wait because he could turn elite like this quote unquote quarterback, and why you should never give up on him right away? What is the main quarterback that they compare today? And he's in our own division. He's in our own freaking division, man. That's the main quarterback that they compare to justify it. Josh Allen. Everybody said Josh Allen was trash his first 2 years. And I'm sorry. I keep trying to explain to y'all, Josh Allen and Tua Tagovailoa are two different circumstances. Josh Allen and Tua Tagovailoa are two completely different circumstances. Love your channel, bro. Just left another channel, bunch of two-and-ears. It's sad. I've been getting a lot of that lately. I've been getting a lot of people saying that lately. No comment. Oh, man. It's a totally different scenario with Josh Allen. How is it different, TD? He was trash. Josh Allen was a bum, but you could see the talent. No, see, this is what people need to understand. Here's the difference between Tua and Josh Allen. Josh Allen had something that Tua Tagovailoa will never have in his rookie season and his second year. I mean, whatever one you want to count. Josh Allen had something that Tua Tagovailoa will never have. Not only, and I'm going to tell you what it is in a second, but not only will he never have it. No, I ain't even going to go there. See, what era of quarterbacks are we in right now? What is the league in the last 10 years been shifting to? What type of quarterbacks has the NFL been shifting to in the last few years? You gotta have elite physical traits, athleticism, like outrageous arm, mobility. But nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about the fact that Josh Allen in his first, let me give y'all some context here. Let me give y'all some context here. In Josh Allen's first 11 games, I want you to hear me closely now. In Josh Allen's first 11 games, 11, not even 16 at the time, 11 games, the man rushed for 631 yards and 8 touchdowns. 631 yards and 8 touchdowns. That is on pace on a 16-game season to be about 950 yards rushing. God dog. So whatever he didn't do in the air, he made up on the ground, and he was already a really good quarterback when it came to impact on his team. When it came, he was already an impact on his team. 631 rushing yards in 11 starts. Tua, I'm not even going to say 11 starts. I'm going to give him 14 starts. I'm going to give Tua the advantage. In 14 starts, Tua, 171 yards, 14 starts, 171 yards versus 11 starts, 631 yards. Do you see how a player can impact the game? Let me give you another stat. That 631 yards for Josh Allen counted for 41 first downs. He wasn't punting the ball because he was making plays with his legs. 41 first downs, y'all. 11 games. This man with his feet got about 4 first downs per game. Tua, 13 first downs. 13 first downs. Not even 1 first down per game. Let me say that one more time. Not even 1 first down per game. It's like 0.8 first downs a game. Not even a single first down per game average with his athleticism, his physical traits. His ability to do, this is going to sting some of y'all. His ability to be a hero and do what is necessary outside of what the play call is. Did that hit home with some of y'all? Do y'all see what I did there? Did you see what I did right there? His ability to be a hero and do things outside of what the play calls for. Improvisation. Josh Allen was trash his rookie season. Shut up. Josh Allen was out there making plays his rookie season. Josh Allen was out there moving the chains his rookie season. Well, he had the same amount of yards, as Tua. He's on the same pace. No, but he was moving the offense more. Y'all can't deny these facts. These are facts. And all y'all ridiculous people talk about Josh Allen was 5-11. Be quiet, because wins and losses aren't QB stats. Y'all need to stop lying to yourself. Y'all try to hold on to whatever you can to try to make Tua look better. But why is Tua 7-7 now? Why is Tua 7-7 now? If y'all want to go there. Why? It's ridiculous. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. So I'm tired of hearing people try to talk about, look what Josh Allen, he was trash, and look what he ended up turning out to be. And those same attributes are carrying Josh Allen even to this day as he improved his play and got better. But you can't take a guy that ain't even got that attribute and just rely on him getting better. If Josh Allen wasn't mobile, he would not be looking the way he still looks now, even with Diggs. He'd look better, but he still would not be performing on the level that he's performing now if he can't use his legs. Take the freaking Buffalo game last week minus his legs. I got to be honest, we would have actually had a shot in the game. You remember the first time that we broke down and gave him the 40-yard run? Nevoy Clean said, this guy is slow. How does he get this platform? Let me tell you how I get this platform. Because of people like you show up to it. You talk about how I'm slow. How do I get this platform? Maybe you should take a different approach. Maybe this guy know what he talk about. That's how he gets this platform. Maybe you're just wrong in your thought process. Maybe this guy has a track record of saying crazy things that end up being the actual case when it's all said and done. Have you ever thought about that? Maybe this guy says some crazy things, but when time passes, it ends up being logical. And it sounds crazy at first, but it actually ends up being the right thing. Maybe that's why this guy gets this platform. The problem in society today is somebody can hear something, say somebody's wrong, and cancel him out and be like, he's the idiot of the earth forever. And not even let time tell. I know some of y'all saying don't respond, TD, but I tell y'all this all the time. I could easily ignore people like that. But it's people like that, when they make those comments, they make me look better because I'm going to give it to them. Because I know exactly what to say to them. I love when people put that stuff in the comment section. It allows me to call them out. Because those who are subscribed to this channel and been here a long time, you already know my track record. You already know what I be talking about. You already know. See, the beauty. Let me help y'all understand something. The beautiful thing about TD, I started this stream and I started talking about OBJ. I started talking about OBJ, the Miami Dolphins, right? I never said he was coming here. I never said he wasn't coming here. I gave you reasons why he shouldn't, and I gave you reasons why he should. I gave you reasons why he won't, and I gave you reasons why he could. That's real news, giving you every angle, every possibility. That's real content, giving you every possibility so we could all sit back and see what happened, and then we know why it happened based off of the things that I already told you. And in that process, I can't be wrong because I gave you everything and I never stuck to any side other than my opinion of I'm not an OBJ guy. So I can't be wrong. No matter what happens in the situation, I can't be wrong. That's content. That's unbiased. But you know what people will say? If the Raiders claim OBJ, told you, TD, you was wrong. You said OBJ was coming to Miami. I never said that. Yeah, you did. The literacy. I mean, gosh, and then we're fighting people fighting in the comment section. Yeah, TD said that. No, I didn't. That's not how I drive my content. And some of y'all stick around just to prove me wrong, and you don't realize this content gives everybody every angle. Just like Tua all summer, I told y'all, I don't believe in him, but he could end up being the greatest of all time. I don't know. Time will tell. I just don't think he will, but we'll see. I gave you my opinion. I don't think he will, but he could end up being the greatest of all time. But people are still waiting around to be able to tell me, I told you Tua was going to be great. Okay, we all win. Shout out to those who donated to the channel. I'm about to read your super chats. I appreciate the love and support. Let me see here. We got the homie dropping the $10. Andres said, TD, you call Mac Jones a better QB than Tua before we even got drafted this year. And look at Mac right now. Earn my respect. You speak the truth, not what other people want to hear. Andres, I got to kick back on that for a second. I actually didn't say Mac Jones was better than Tua, bro. I said at one time trolling people. And look at this, y'all. I'm taking away that credit right there that he's giving me. But I remember what I actually said. And EM can contest to this because I had a detailed conversation on the phone with EM about this. I said, EM, Mac Jones could be better than Tua. EM said, wait, hold on now, but what makes you say that? I said, I don't know if he is. But he put up better numbers in Alabama. Tua did nothing in Alabama different than him. There was no intangibles that I saw on film that's made Tua stand out more than him. And another thing about Mac Jones, I actually saw him in college doing a little bit more processing than Tua. even though I still couldn't get a large sample size because everybody was open for Mac Jones too. I said, I can't say Mac Jones is going to be good because he had the best around him too. But I did see a little more processing. And pre-draft, I have a better evaluation of Mac than Tua, especially without the injury. But I don't know who's better. But why couldn't he be better, EM? And EM said, I mean, you could be right. I'm not willing to go that far, but you could be right, TD. That's what I said. So I didn't even commit to who was better. But I did say on a pre-draft analysis, Mac Jones can be better than he might be better than Tua. Based off of, if you really go look at the college film, Tua just had bigger heroic moments because everybody is so stuck on the national championship down. Tua comes in, throws a touchdown. Oh my gosh, the legend of Tua has begun. That moment right there screwed a lot of y'all in y'all brain. That moment right there screwed tons of y'all in y'all brain. That very moment gave y'all a perception that couldn't be broken. So I don't blame some of y'all sometimes for your infatuation of Tua. I blame that moment. That very moment is the moment that blinded a lot of y'all. And yes, sorry to tell you, as of right now, Mac Jones is better than Tua Tagovailoa. He is the highest rated rookie quarterback in the NFL right now and has a much higher rating than Tua overall, period. So I ain't mean to come back at you, Andres, and say I actually didn't say that. I know what you mean, but I was safe on that too. I didn't say he was better. I said, why couldn't he be? Why is it so hard for people to say that Mac might be better than Tua? Because that was a sin before Mac played a down in the NFL. Y'all remember that? Remember when I trolled people on the stream, Mac Jones is better than Tua Tagovailoa. Oh, I done heard it now. Oh, now TD is definitely done fell off the rockers. This idiot here, I done heard it all. Now I'm done with TD. I'm just so done with him. But they had no logical reasoning, data, analysis, not anything tangible to tell me why Tua was better than Mac. Nobody even to this day has anything tangible to say to argue why Tua is better than Mac Jones. It don't even exist. As an overall quarterback in the NFL, not a single shred of evidence that would suggest Tua is better than Mac Jones. So back to that dude that say, how does this guy get have a platform? Maybe you should listen to this old fart. Maybe you should listen to this idiot. Maybe you should listen to me. I've never claimed to be right about everything or try to be right about everything. I just give you my thoughts using data, statistics, and analysis. And once I got new variables, I alter my findings. I don't get all caught up in loving up on the player. I learned my lesson with Tannehill. I don't do that no more. That's why I know I have the most unbiased content there is when it comes to Dolphin football. And you ain't got to like it. It looks biased because I go hard for what I believe. But my take is always unbiased. So when I say Tua ain't a good quarterback, my analysis, my research, my film study, and everything tells me that that's not biased. But I stand for what I believe. And when it's all said and done, all y'all gonna do is be right back over here saying, God dog, TDU was right. God dog, TDU was right. God dog, TD, you was right. See what they gonna do when they get rid of Tua? All the people that was wrong, all they gonna do is say the Dolphins ain't do the kid right. The Dolphins just ain't do the kid right. Now watch him go off to somewhere else and be great. Nope, he gonna go off to somewhere else. He gonna dink and dunk. And at the end of the day, it will always show his limitations. Teams will always know, and he's going to end up relegating himself into a backup role. Then he's going to start getting bounced around team to team, and then he's going to go off and do some missionary work. He's going to go off and do what his purpose probably really is anyway. And I'm not saying that to be coy. I'm not saying that to troll or be a joking at him. He's probably going to go off and do what he was meant to do anyway. And they still going to say Miami screwed his career. And people going to be arguing, then why he ain't going to prove it in other teams? Because other teams automatically had a perception that Miami gave him. Whatever. And a lot of y'all already know the inevitable. You're just hoping that he could come out. See, and here's the sad part. Every time we play a team that's trash, like think about it. The Houston freaking Texans have the 30th ranked defense. He come out there, get you 400 yards, 8 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and he just looks like a superstar against a bum team. It's going to fuel some of y'all even more in your brain. And it's just sad. It's just sad. Nobody's going to complain about nothing. You're going to say, see, Tua has it in him. He just needs to do it consistently. Shut up. Because when he go against the Ravens, who had the 15th best defense, he going to look just like he did with Buffalo. And then everybody else on the team is going to get blamed. Then everybody else on the team is going to get blamed. Then he going to go back and play the Jets, put up 350 yards, have 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. And see, I told you, Tua has it in him. He just needs to be consistent, but that comes over time with a young quarterback. And he going to rattle a few of those off. The Giants, 26th ranked defense. Patriots, even now, 21st ranked. And you know what? I gotta give it to you. I don't expect them to beat the Titans, but the Titans still got the 25th ranked defense. He should be able to do something against that. He gonna keep on showing y'all this stuff, but anytime he plays a great defense, looks like trash. Oh, the Panthers got the number 3 overall defense. That'll be a good one. The Saints, a number 4 overall defense. That'll be a good one. But when it's a good defense, and he looked like he did versus Buffalo, y'all gonna blame everybody else but him. Then when it's a trash defense, he put up numbers, nobody say nothing. But I knew he had it in him. He just needed to do it consistently. He a young quarterback, and that comes over time. All y'all can do from this point on is forget about Tua or be fooled. We all know in some of these games he's gonna put up some numbers. Don't fall for it. Don't dumb yourself down to it. The Miami Dolphins already made their decision. They know. They just can't tell you, which they can't tell you. They can't tell you, we already have our evaluation of Tua. We don't think he's a guy that could win a Super Bowl for us. Therefore, that's why we were trying to get Deshaun Watson and moving on. We believe in his upside. We believe he still has room to improve. We believe he could be a good, solid quarterback in this league. But honestly, where we see his ceiling ain't bad, but it ain't what we want. So as y'all see him improving to that point that they see where he can get, that peak is still not going to be good enough. It's just going to be improvement to where y'all like, let's keep watching him improve. You're not going to notice he hit his ceiling until 2 years later. And I don't want to go through that. I don't want to go through that. And I don't think they want to go through it. So they done took away Parker from him. And I want to see if it keeps getting worse as the season goes forward. I want to see if it gets worse as the season goes forward. Say it again, TD. Allen is great, and the Bills have a great defense. No comment. And we got 400 people in here on a Friday night. I thought we'd have about 250, 300. But we got 400 people rocking with us. But we should have 300 likes. Y'all hit that like button. Everybody who donated to the channel, thank y'all so much for the love and support. Paying the light bill. Appreciate y'all. All the power that the stream uses. Salute to you. Somebody said, all you two-in-ears, I dare you to watch TD's film from a couple days ago. Y'all are drunk 24/7. They won't watch the film. They don't watch the film. They don't watch. See, they're scared to watch my content. They're scared to watch my content because they're scared to be told the truth. Let me prove it to you. I was on Twitter today, right? Y'all already know I showed y'all the clip of what's his name? I showed y'all Greg Cosell, the clip. So I put the 52-second clip on Twitter because people kept going back and forth with me when I say Tua is limited. He can't do this. He can't do that. You don't know football. He can do that. So I just kept on posting the clip on Twitter today of Greg Cosell. And it don't get any better than that when it comes to people who know the game of football and evaluating film and evaluating quarterbacks. And I learned something new today. I didn't know that Greg Cosell identified all these same things pre-draft just like me. I didn't hear Greg Cosell's pre-draft analysis of Tua, but I saw it today when somebody sent it. His pre-draft analysis was the exact same thing that I've been preaching since pre-draft. And it was really interesting to me that he spot on the same takes that I got from my film analysis. And he just came back out after he watched some of this NFL film. He reiterated it. And EM right here, right now, he said he did. I remember that. Yeah. He said it in his pre-draft evaluation. And I didn't know it. I don't want people to be like, oh, maybe you were just copying off of him pre-draft. I got the same takes. I just added things like he one read. and he goes, I just added what I saw as the one read that he didn't say. But it was his pre-draft analysis. And now I understand why Tannenbaum say it would be highly irresponsible for the Miami Dolphins to take Tua Tagovailoa at number 5 overall, even though some of that was driven by the injury concerns too. But yeah, I put it on Twitter, and guess what? People were replying in the comment section on Twitter, because the video starts out showing Colin Cowherd for like 10 seconds, and then the other 42 seconds is Greg. I keep on saying the man. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Cosell saying he was the other 42 seconds. But guess what the whole comment section was saying? Nobody gives Colin Cowherd any credibility, so anything he says isn't even worth listening to. They wouldn't even watch the video. They just kept thinking that it was something Colin Cowherd said, and I put in the title, Greg Cosell has spoken. And they just kept talking about Colin Cowherd, don't know nothing about what he's talking about. He hates Tua. They wouldn't even watch the video. They want to be blinded. They want to think that everybody who has any honest, true criticism, feedback for Tua Tagovailoa is a hater and picking on the kid. They picking on him. It kills me. Somebody said, Mark said, at Reason don't agree with y'all. At TD, he said that Warner studies film better than Cosell. That Tuaneers never seem to amaze me. You know, I've heard that today. Well, Kurt Warner says otherwise about Tua with the film. Ladies and gentlemen, Kurt Warner says one thing about the film. Greg Cosell says another thing about the field, contradicting each other. Now, let's make sure we get something straight here. Kurt Warner is a guy who did it and played it, right? Greg Cosell is the guy who was evaluating Warner when he was freaking playing. Greg Cosell is the one that was reading Warner's film telling you if it was any good or not. "42 years Greg Cosell been evaluating films. Teams don't call Kurt Warner and get his second opinion. They call Greg Cosell. But I seen what Kurt Warner had to say. He had criticism of Tua too. Not as much. He missed a lot of things in my opinion, but he had criticisms in his breakdown. And on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, on top of that, this is why I want y'all to hear me, even if you need a pen and paper, write this down. This is why TD Fans Talk does not promote ignorance. Everybody in the comment section that has 2 eyes, put a 1 in the comment section if you have 2 eyes. And if you only got 2 eyes, I'm sorry. But everybody in the comment section, they got 2 eyes, put a 1 in the comment section. I just want to see how many people got 2 eyes. All y'all got 2 eyes, right? When you hear one person say one thing and you hear another person say another, use them 2 freaking eyes and ignore both of them other people. God dog. It's that simple. If TD says one thing and the other guy says another, and it's like, oh man, I'm getting conflicting information. The best thing you got is them 2 little round things on your face. Screw what TD say, screw what the other person say. When you get conflicting information, don't take sides. I don't want you to take my sides. Go look at it. Come up with your own conclusion, independent of who you like more than the other. If you like TD more than somebody else, screw TD for that moment. If you like the other person more than you like TD, screw them for that moment. You go get your own answer, and you then when you got your answer, you turn your brain back on and say, now which one of these more align with me? I ain't asking you to believe me like everybody else out here. Trust me, I know. This person doesn't know. I ain't asking you to believe me. You got your own eyes. I do a film breakdown. Other people do a film breakdown. Watch theirs critically. Watch mine critically. See who picking. See who makes sense. But your own eyes can see it yourself. For Greg Cosell, forget Kurt Warner. Go watch for yourself. And I'll help you out. Here's what I want you to watch for. When you watch film, don't worry about what's happening around Tua. On every play, no matter if the O-line got beat or not, ask yourself as a quarterback, was there any room for opportunity for him? Jesse Davis got beat as a free rusher. Was there any room for opportunity before the play and after the play? If you want your quarterback to eventually be great, then he got to be good before the play starts and after the play is started. Can't watch film of somebody that's sitting there. Oh, Jesse Davis got blown up off the block right there. Tua gets sacked. Next play, O-line sucks. No. Let's break this down. Pre-snap, that extra edge rusher came, and it was never identified by the person who was responsible to identify it. All of this stuff. You worry about what's in that person's control. What could the quarterback have controlled? That's how you analyze it, because they're not going to be faulted for what they couldn't control. These offensive coordinators ain't up in practice with Tua like this. Where your first read right there was Parker and he fell. And you threw the ball away, even though the pocket was clean. You couldn't control Parker fell. So let's move on to the next play. I'm sorry, Tua. No, the OC is sitting there. Well, Parker falls right there. You still got a clean pocket. You got time. So what made you throw it away instead of going to your next look? I mean, you got a really clean pocket right here. What made you get rid of the ball instead of going to your next progression? You see the waddle over here wide open? What made you throw it away? And I'm just saying that because Tua barely ever throws it away. He barely ever throws it away, by the way. But that's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. Can't make this up, man. It's sad too, man. I try to empower y'all to think for yourself. I don't want you to listen to what I had to say. You got your own two eyes. And what you should be doing, if you don't believe what I say, you should take any point that I'm making, go watch the film and try to debunk it. But you're not going to be able to do that. You're not going to be able to do that. You're just not. Tua leaves too many opportunities on the field, ladies and gentlemen. We watched that film the other day, and he left by 2 to 3 touchdowns on the field. That's the difference in the game. That's the difference in the game. The sad thing is there's times where I try to overly make excuses for Tua just so that people don't feel like I'm trying to be biased. What's up, PM? What you got on this, man?
What's going on, man? What I missed today?
Man, I just feel like it's going to be worse for Tua. Parker's out, and which is, and I still don't believe it. I just think they checking him down. That's not good for Tua. Not having that security blanket for the 50-50.
Well, I can't.
We just chopping it up, man. People talking about how other people have different takes about the film that they saw and stuff like that. So,
yeah, I don't get that. What's really troubling for me is that you got people out here trying to discredit Greg Cosell.
Discredit this man.
All because they don't like the man because of his evaluation. And the man is not lying. He is clearly not lying. The film is not lying to us. People in this community are out here lying and trying to sell false narratives about Tua Tagovailoa. But the film is not lying. And it's telling you that Tua is vastly underdeveloped at this point in time in his development. Period. I don't understand how that's indisputable. How can you dispute what you're seeing clearly on film? I mean, man, y'all need to stop. People want to stay in their feelings, bro, and it's disgusting as a Dolphin fan, bro. I mean, it's ridiculous. And you know me, I try to stay clear for the most part of social media. But my God, I'm so tempted to, I'm trying to work at the same time, and I'm so tempted to just grab my phone. I got to put my phone down, bro, and just ignore all of it because it's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. They call themselves damn Dolphin fans, bro. I tell you, man, it's disgusting, man. It's absolutely disgusting.
All y'all in the comment section who are calling reason out, we ain't trying to name drop over here. We ain't trying to have no controversy with people.
Oh no. Nobody's calling him out. And if I got an issue with anybody, y'all know him, Dolphin fan. I do not bite my
No,
tongue.
I'm talking about people in the comment section. They're trying to, talk bad about certain people. I just don't. We don't do that. We talk our talk. We say what we say. And if you're gonna say something, just say other people. Because I ain't got time for the drama. I ain't got time for the unnecessary back and forth with people. I'm just telling y'all that now. Other people can do that on their platform, talk trash about me all day. We're not gonna do it over here.
And there ain't no beef anyway. If Reason I've talked to Reason, everything that I've been telling y'all, Reason knows exactly what is coming. He's heard me tell him this to his face. So there's no about my evaluation on Tua, about everything. Reason knows how I operate. So people out there there might be some individuals out there trying to create drama because Reason might have a different interpretation of what he's seeing on film than me or you or whoever. But no, there's no drama. There's no beef. There's no, not on my part, it's not. So y'all need to stop. Don't even try to attempt to try to start that stuff up again. That's what it is.
Well, they will anyway. They'll bring
the
drama anyway. It's inevitable.
Tomorrow
they'll be like, TD was talking about you bad on the stream, but it's all good.
It's just ridiculous, man. I'm embarrassed on a lot of times being a Dolphin fan to observe and to see just foolishness. Foolishness.
But you don't think that some people have dug their hole so deep in what they believe that they don't want to have their credibility questioned?
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of that going on. But see what people, there's tons of that going on. But, at the end of the day, so what do you want more important? You want to look right in people's eyes, or do you want a true winner, or you want the best for this team? Which one is it? Are you trying to be the most smart in the room, or do you want the best for this team? So,
and I always say you always right if you stay on the right side, even if you were once on the wrong side.
But here's the thing, TD. It's not about playing the right side, playing the left side. Everybody has a perspective. Everybody has a voice. Everybody has an opinion. Some people are going to be right. Some people are going to be wrong. Who cares who's right or wrong, bro? And that fundamentally, that's the issue. It's like people want to, project that they are, and I know it might appear that I might indulge in that behavior sometimes, maybe not. But my thing is this: I don't care if I'm wrong, bro. It don't happen that often, but
all right, now don't be lying to my Pete, bro.
But I don't care if I'm wrong, bro. If I'm wrong, bro, I'll be the first to say, you know what, I was wrong. Like if Tua bust out, and again, I don't look at Tua as the definition of a bust now.
I don't mean to interject in here, and I'm not saying it's the troll. I truly mean this.
Mm-hmm.
Tua will never bust out.
Right.
Tua's not a bust, and he's not a bust projection at all. Mm-hmm. See, the thing with Tua is, that's why I always argue Tua's situation is so frustrating. Just like Cosell said, the Dolphins are in a weird situation because he'll never be a bum. I only call him a bum when I'm mad at him because I want him to be better. He'll never be a bum. He's not a bum. He's actually a average. Well, I mean, we throw the term average too when he's 32nd in the league, but
well, that's not average. That's well below average.
But okay, to me, his ceiling is average to me. And with a few extra intangibles on top of that, so it's kind of slightly above average, but it's not the above average that can get you to Super Bowl.
Tua, I don't think, from what I'm seeing, this version of Tua that I'm seeing now, like I said, I've lowered my ceiling for Tua. I never had a Hall of Fame evaluation on Tua. My evaluation was, I said Tua can be a highly productive player in this league. But what I'm seeing from a lack of from a physical standpoint, I think, again, I keep going back to that injury. I know he has issues with with the mental aspect of the game as well. I understand that, and there's question marks about his work ethic. But in terms of ceiling, I'm not seeing because I always felt, and I never felt Tua was an elite athlete, but I felt he had enough. And you combine that with his, him, quote unquote, was supposed to be the more NFL ready at this point. I thought Tua was a more safer pick. Well, it's turning out that I was wrong on my assessment, and that's fine. But in terms of ceiling with Tua, that's why my ceiling is lowered because I don't see where he was pre-injury at Alabama. I don't see the athleticism. And but still, even with that being said, he's not. I don't think Tua is going to be a quote unquote bust. And my definition of bust is like Jamarcus Russells of the world, your Jake Lockers of the world, your Blaine Gabberts of the world. I don't see that in Tua. And if he I would be more like I've always said, I would be more surprised if Tua turns out to bust out as opposed to him making a Pro Bowl because I just don't think. I just don't think. I just think that, I just don't see that in Tua.
So I got a question for you. Number one, I'm going to give you two names, but number one, who's the better quarterback right now? Right now, just period. And who has a higher ceiling? Tua Tagovailoa or Mac Jones?
Oh, Mac Jones right now, yeah.
For both.
Absolutely. Mac Jones.
Do you remember that comment? Because you weren't in here when we were talking about this earlier. I don't think you were in here. Do you remember that phone call conversation we had?
About what?
Mac Jones versus Tua?
Yeah. Well, we had many conversations about Mac Jones. Which one are you talking about?
But did I say he was better than Tua? Or did I say he could be?
I think you said he was better, but you might have been trolling. I think you know how you get.
Remember the conversation we had when I said, I don't know if he could be, but why couldn't he be? He did the same thing as Tua did in Alabama, if not better.
Yeah, and TD, I didn't dispute that. I like Mac Jones. I wasn't one of the ones out here hating on Mac Jones. You have never heard. I said, everybody that I talked to privately and publicly, I said, there are a lot of things. And I agree with you because a lot of things that I liked about Tua, Mac Jones on tape at Alabama was excelling in those areas as well. Solid mechanically. He didn't have the biggest arm, but he was extremely accurate in the intermediate levels of the field. I felt Tua pre-injury, based off his college tape, had a bigger arm, but that's not the case right now. I think Mac Jones has a stronger arm, or he's on par with Tua now. But there's a lot to like. His processing, bro. Everything clean off the field. You know what I mean? High aptitude guy. There's a lot to like about Mac Jones. Now, did I say I would take him number 3? Number 1 overall? No, but I like that. There's a lot of things that I liked about Mac Jones, just like I liked about Tua.
And who was better in week 1?
Oh, Mac Jones to me was a better player.
You didn't say that week 1.
I said yes, I did. I said he outplayed Tua.
No, you didn't.
I know Damien in the chat.
No,
Dame,
we argued that, bro.
Hang on. Dame, did I not say Mac Jones outplayed Tua? I said that week 1, TD. I didn't say that, bro.
I got through arguing. I just stopped arguing with people earlier today who said, but Tua beat him in week 1.
No, but what I said was, I said Tua made enough plays to win the game. I never said that. I did think Mac Jones outplayed Tua slightly, not by a mile, but I felt he slightly played better than Tua.
He didn't. He slightly. I agree with that. It was a slight better play,
right?
But the intangibles, it wasn't even close. The command at the line of scrimmage, the identifying the alerts, the hitting his hots, it wasn't even close.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, TD. I didn't dispute that.
It wasn't. And bro, do you think there's really a chance that we end up getting stuck with Tua for 2 to 3 more years?
I mean,
do we get desperate and go get Rodgers if Watson's situation flakes out?
Well, if that all depends on Tua, what they see for these 9 games. I think they are. I agree with you. I think they are. Um, I think they have their evaluation on Tua. Um, and I think it's a foregone conclusion that Tua is not, they don't feel that he's a long term solution as a quarterback. But yeah, I could see that. I could see them going into the offseason. If Watson, barring him going up the creek for 20 years, I could see them doing hit. Obviously they clearly love him, but yeah, I could see them not necessarily Russell, Aaron Rodgers though. I would think Russell Wilson would be the more out of those two because of the difference in age. Because Russ is just 32 years old.
You think this is last dance in Seattle? Well, you know what? I would say if they fail this year miserably, this probably is Russ's last year. And you know what? I think Seattle would love a young Tua and truly build another Legion of Boom and see if Tua can replicate it early in his career or what Russell did early in his career.
I think, I think there's a disconnect in Seattle. Now, it might not be, huge publicly yet, but I think there's clearly some issues between Pete Carroll. They might want to hit the reset button. Who knows? Who knows what type of financial situation they're in? But clearly, I think their relationship is coming to an end. But again, if Watson is not an option for me, I think Seattle would be more than happy to take them 3 first-round picks for Russell Wilson.
But it'll cost more than the 3, you don't think?
No, I don't think. Well,
you think that Russell Wilson is the same price as Matthew Stafford? I would say he's a little more.
Well, they only gave 2 for Stafford.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Russell. I guess I get your point.
They only gave 2 for Stafford. I said I'll give them 3 first-round picks for Russ. That should get it done.
I don't know why I haven't been thinking about Russell Wilson because I was the one last year saying Miami could be going to get Russell Wilson. People said, you tripping, TD, because I know how fragile that situation is over there. It always comes down to the last minute. They did not want to give Russell that money this time. And Russell agent had to threaten the team and say, if you don't give him the deal now, when you become a free agent, we're not giving you a discount. We are not giving you a discount. They waited to the last minute at the deadline on the day of to give him that extension. And they were shopping him. That's what's crazy.
I think there's a divorce coming with them. I think they would be more than happy to take those 3 first-round picks and call it a day. That should get it done. So
that would be a whole another element in Miami.
So, I mean, I already know the answer to this, but do you really think the Dolphins are in desperation mode with Tua privately? Because obviously they hadn't expressed that. Well, they hadn't come out and said. I mean, they made it obvious that they do want a better solution, but are they in desperation mode?
They are in super duper desperation mode, and let me explain to you why. You think Flores was playing? I know everybody laughed at him. You think he was playing when he felt like, I feel like we got a team right now that can get it done? You think he was playing when he said that? They truly do believe this roster is good enough to make a run. But they also understand they need the right person behind center. Do people underestimate how limited the entire offense is when you got a guy who can't handle audibles, checks, reads, alerts consistently, put you in the right situation, and when all else fail, improvise. With the right quarterback, EM, we're 6-2 or 5-3 right now. Am I wrong?
I would agree.
So with 5, and let's go worst case scenario. If we're 5-3 right now, are we not competing with everybody else in the league?
Absolutely. I would agree.
So I don't want to hear that this team is just bad overall. With the right quarterback, we'd be 5-3 right now, looking just as good as anybody else. And yeah, the team still could improve, but that was the benchmark this year. The benchmark this year is being 5-3 at this point at a minimum and competing right up there with everybody else, with the understanding we're still going to get even better next year. This was the year where it's okay to lose in the first round, long as you get there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So they're in super duper desperation mode, and here's why. They put all their eggs in one basket with Watson, and that's not going great. And now they got a quarterback who ain't as tradable as they would love him to be. And then they're like, they don't even know what their solution is in the offseason because they have too many unknowns, and they're scratching their head with hope now. And now they're probably putting contingencies on the board in the office. Well, we got to consider Rodgers. We got to consider Russell Wilson. We got to consider these things. And we also have to address this position and this position in free agency because they know the window is now. You know why? Because if they miss this window and they go back into a state of, all right, let's just keep getting better, that means about 10 starters on your team ain't even going to be here in 3 years.
Yeah, good point.
So it's a whole new revolving door again anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So you're in a window that started this year and you're failing it miserably. So it's definitely panic mode. And not to mention the last element of it all, Stephen Ross is 81. And if you keep this revolving door, so say they go get some offensive linemen next year, you still got young players they got to develop. We still got to hope that those free agents that we get on the O-line and other positions do well. But you still ain't got the quarterback you feel that gonna make the difference in the playoffs anyway. Because I always pose this question, don't I, EM? If our O-line is as good as Buffalo, if our defense is good as Buffalo, if everything is equal, is Tua gonna outplay Josh Allen? So what does it matter anyway? What does it matter anyway? You can go fix everything up just as good as Buffalo. Great O-line, great defense, great receivers. Is your quarterback going to outplay the other one? And if the answer is no, then what is the matter? What does it matter anyway?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're in trouble.
Man.
That's what it comes down to. They don't want to talk about that. Go fix your O-line for Tua. Go fix your defense. Are we going to beat Buffalo? That's what it comes down to. You still got a position on the field where your guy is going to be immensely under compared to the other one. Take your pick, bro. You get to the playoffs in the AFC. You play the Chiefs. You by far have the weaker quarterback. You play the Baltimore Ravens. You play the Buffalo Bills. And I can go on. And that's what it comes down to.
I definitely would agree with that.
Well, we need to go get a better O-line. We need the defense is tripping. Then fix those, and you still ain't better at the other teams in that position.
You got to have, you got to have one of those guys. You just have to. I'm sorry. You see how the playoff landscape shakes out pretty much every year. You can pretty much say, okay, does that team have an elite quarterback? Oh, well, they'll be in the playoffs. Does that team have a great quarterback? Well, they're generally going to make the playoffs as well. You got to have one of those guys that can compete. Because, on the contrary to what people believe, for the most part, I know Tampa Bay is an anomaly, but generally rosters are, generally every NFL roster is built for 8-8 to be average for the most part. What separates the better teams from the, lesser tier teams, because they got stability at that position or elite play at that position. And that's just the nature of the NFL. So you got to have one of those guys, man. And that's why you see these franchises, bro, and coaches and GMs and owners. That's why they're willing to move heaven and earth to get one of those guys. And, to this version of Tua, and again, even if you project, development for Tua, I mean, how high really can he get if he's still going to be limited physically?
And I got to give it to you, bro, and I'll concede on this. I remember whenever I first met you and we were doing panels, I used to argue this. You used to be the main one on the stream. You need an elite player at that position. And what did I used to say? You don't need elite. You just need good things around them, But I'm starting to realize more and more in this NFL, it is unrealistic to have perfection around average. Because if we can have the best of the best all around him and he's going to look great, we're going to go to the playoffs. We're going to maybe even make a run. It still may not be Super Bowl worthy unless it's the perfect situation. But perfection is unrealistic in the NFL. I get it now. You need an elite player or at least a second tier player at a minimum at that position.
Mm-hmm. Or the you have to have some kind of, and I always use the term historical element to your team to overcompensate for the lack of elite play.
Got to be historic.
Running game or defense, one of the two, or a combination of both. But it's harder. Well, you don't see that. You'll see once every 10 or so years.
Yeah, and then even if you get a historical run game or defense and you win it all, the one thing that I've learned about those historic elements, they're not sustainable.
Right. Exactly.
You may have a historic defense that 1 year, a historic run game that 1 year, but they're not sustainable.
Yep. I would agree, bro.
So yes, the Miami Dolphins are panicking deep down and they're playing it cool. They know they just need to get that position solidified one way or another at this point.
You have to. You got to find that guy and, build your roster accordingly. Because if you don't, you're just not going to be successful for too long, bro. You're just not.
I keep telling people they want to ignore me, bro. And I've been saying this from day one. People get mad because they didn't put the right things around Tua. And I keep saying they didn't build this team for Tua. All that draft capital and all that money in free agency, and they ain't grabbed nothing on the O-line that was a massive value. And what I mean by that is if you really cared about Tua, your first pick this year would have been an offensive lineman. If you really cared about Tua, you would have went and got those few free agents that the Chargers or Thuney and all of them, they went out and got, and you would have invested. And the real insult and slap in the face was not Deshaun Watson on the trade deadline, but an offensive lineman. You had one or two moved the week before the trade deadline. Great players.
Well, I think we can all, in hindsight, looking back now, I think we can all agree. I don't think this is disputable. I think the Dolphins were preparing for Deshaun Watson as their quarterback in 2021.
Yes,
but the story drops. The bombshell dropped, and you know how that has turned out. So, it's just unfortunate, man. It's just so unfortunate. It's just a waste. The whole year just down the drain, bro. And y'all know, I was so, as well as everybody else, I was so hyped over this year, man.
We all were. This
is the most excitement that I felt about this team. And I'm always, anybody that knows me, bro, it's Dolphins all day, every day. And I say that, but I mean it, bro. And this year just felt different. I had a little extra pep in my step. It had a little more fuel behind it. And to just piss the season away like this, bro, it's been a massive disappointment for me, bro.
I'm about to play a 15-second clip to show you how excited and how much I believed in this year. How much I believed in this year and how excited I was, bro.
We got another W. The haters, they don't like to lose. No. We got another W. Haters gon' hate.
Hey, we got another W today. The haters didn't get their way, but that's okay. Bro, I was so excited I made a freaking W song. W song. And I only played it once this year. I played it one time. Oh my gosh, I was so pumped for this year. I said, I got to get a W song. We finna win so many games. Oh my gosh.
I don't even care what, to be honest with you, bro, TD, I'm serious, man. It's so, I got a routine that I have since I in my early, like I was like 21, and I kept that same routine, bro, on Sundays. And
Broke it.
I haven't even, the last 3 weeks, I haven't even gotten into my routine, bro, on Sundays. That's how disappointed I've been.
Mm.
It's like I'll normally turn, like, leading up to the game, anything Dolphin, YouTube, you know, I'll have it blasted in the house, again, just to get hyped and mentally prepared for the game. And I'm turning the game on like at 11:58, bro. That's what I'm changing
Wow.
to turn to the game, bro. So it's just, I don't even like going back and watching. You know me, I watch every game, bro, minimum every year 4 times. And this year, bro, it's just I can't even get motivated to watch the game twice. So it's just been, it's been extremely disappointing for me this year, man. It has taken something out of me, bro, for real. And I mean, that's tough to do. But this year has taken something away from me, man. That it's gonna take a while to get back.
Yeah.
And
But
then pull the trigger.
You can be energized in the offseason if
Then pull the trigger. Then pull the trigger and bringing Deshaun Watson home. That'll help. That'll go a long way to get me back on that right track again, bro. So,
but all I can sit here and think about is if Miami ends the season, let's just hypothetically, hopefully we at least end with 6 wins. But if we end the season like 4-13,
mm-hmm.
what's gonna aggravate me are the people who are like, Tua deserves his 3rd year.
Mm.
Because I feel like we could get stuck with it if any of our alternative plans don't work out in the offseason.
Well, Tua, any other year, you heard Chris Greer, talk about this as well. He said this is a unique situation. One of the top guys have come available, which has never happened. He's 26 years old, right? And he's clearly made it known that he wants to come to your franchise. It's a unique situation. Tua is this is his 2nd year. He's only had 13 starts, whatever, how many starts he's had. But it's just not, it's a unique situation. And you gotta, if you're a GM, bro, you gotta make that move. Any other year, if Watson wasn't available, if this was just a traditional NFL year, sure, Tua would have more patience. You should. But no, not when you got the surplus of resources to invest and you can get it done. And also, again, you got a player at that, that's playing at that level that wants to be your quarterback. You have to make that move, bro.
Yeah.
You have to. So,
but will they?
It's all about, as long as nothing, again, barring him going to prison for 20 years, he will be a Miami Dolphin in my opinion. I mean, I don't know what Tua really can do, really. I mean, 9 games, is that enough? Because you got to compare body of work. I mean, is 9 games really enough for you to ignore Watson's body of work? I mean, since the day he started, the kid has been a top playmaker. He's been a top playmaker. Whatever Tua does in 9 games what can he really do to make you move off of, to just squash that narrative surrounding Deshaun Watson? 9 games?
And you don't want to go off of a small little sample size run either. That's the killer. Because we've seen a lot of quarterbacks that have ended up, like, you got to look at the what's his name that won the Super Bowl when Wentz got hurt?
Nick Foles.
Nick Foles. You got to look at that type of scenario.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what is Nick Foles to people now?
Absolute garbage.
But he had a good run, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that team was also loaded, right?
Right.
I mean, every position you had a great player and a backup was great.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to get tricked into those type of situations because, and here's what's delicate about Tua's situation. This is why it ain't no hope for him. Because even if he plays well, can you really risk young player playing well and you automatically have your conclusion of them over a Watson that you got your conclusion? Could you really risk that? There have been a lot of young quarterbacks who have played, had some whoa in the first or second year that never made it to the fourth year.
Robert Griffin III. He was a complete
RG3.
mirage. Complete mirage. Complete.
You can go down the line, your RG3s, your Kaepernicks,
Baker Mayfield.
People can't ignore the quarterbacks that also looked really good early on and then just was terrible as time went. So they can't even take that chance, Ian. We already know they know the ceiling of Tua. Because if they thought that his ceiling was anywhere near elite, they wouldn't even be having this conversation.
I would agree with that.
You don't see the Bengals even saying, well, we're doing our due diligence and inquiring at least.
I would agree.
You don't see a lot of these teams where the quarterback ain't proven really nothing, but at the same token, you know what their ceiling is.
And, obviously the on-field Tua's, what we've seen from Tua is disappointing, but man, now that you're hearing, again, I go back to, you're hearing the off-the-field stuff too, bro. Lack of work ethic. And I heard Omar Kelly again. I think it was today.
People deny that stuff. Boy, the Tuaneers are denying that to the T. None of that is true. No, there are multiple reports out there about Tua in the organization, locker room, his work ethic, his ability to be coached. It's too many things that are floating around now coming out of the organization.
And you hear Omar Kelly, and Omar Kelly was riding that Tua train too. And you hear him, what he's being told directly from individuals that are affiliated with the team, that are employed by the team. He said the evaluation, even off the field, is just not favorable. No, I think he said nobody wants him or something like that. He said that he keeps dropping these little nuggets, but I think, because he felt, and I'm with him. I have to agree with him.
He put on Twitter. He put on Twitter today. He said, somebody was somewhat semi calling him out, and he said, "I still believe in Tua, but don't expect me to sit here and accept this mediocre play."
Oh, absolutely, and I am 100% in alignment with him on that, bro. That's where I'm at. But it's heartbreaking because, man, you had such a high expectation of Tua. At least I thought we would have stability. At least bring me what Ryan Fitzpatrick brought from a leadership standpoint.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're playing on the field. At least give me that. And we haven't seen anything close to that, bro. On and off the field.
Well, I tried to tell you this from day one. I tried to put you on the right side, bro.
You did.
Y'all called me a hater, said it was driven based off of 2 throws with Rosen.
But I do believe you did have, you were trying to get just a tad bit credibility back from you because, you completely whiffed on Rosen, which a lot of people did. But, especially after 2 throws, sure, you had incentive to nitpick and really hope Tua falls flat on his face.
I didn't have to hope that he fell flat on his face.
You'll never convince me otherwise, TD. You won't.
I know I won't because that's that Tua-near mentality. But go ahead.
But I will say this: a lot of what you were saying
has turned out.
There's a lot of what you were saying. It's been confirmed on film. I will say that. So and y'all know, people in the chat, y'all know. I would like nothing more to be sitting up here clowning TD, going at him, you know what I'm saying? Sticking my chest out, screaming at him, y'all know me and TD's relationship. I would like nothing more to give him that, to be giving it to him. But I gotta keep it 1,000, man. I can't lie to people and say and tell you I'm seeing one thing on tape and then come back on these streams or have a private conversation with people and tell you I'm seeing something totally different. I can't do that. So I don't know why people get so offended. I'm just talking about me in particular. Why they get so offended when the things that I'm telling them? Do you want me to lie to you? I mean, I don't understand. I don't get that. They would rather you sit here and tell them what they want you to hear, what they want to hear, as opposed to telling them the truth. When did we get to this point as a society? Really? I just don't understand that, bro. I don't get it. And that is what infuriates me so much with this damn fan base, bro. It's ridiculous, man. And it's just, man, it's so troubling. So troubling. Hopefully we'll learn this year. And hopefully by, in a few months, we'll be able to, a lot of us, we'll learn from this experience this year and we'll be better. We'll come out better on the other side, better next year and for, years to come. But, oh man, I often wonder, man, do other fan bases deal with this type of toxicity? You know what I mean? I really my two brothers are 49ers fans. And they do tell me, yes, it's the same in our community too. So, but it's just, it's just ridiculous, bro.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
I need you to read the screen, bro.
No, my evaluation is not complete on Tua Tagovailoa yet. So,
ladies and gentlemen, I told y'all, EM Dolphins fan has never ever won a debate against me.
No, I hear you, man. You okay?
Thank you at Fins News. Tell him it's on the screen, ladies. He has never won a debate against me.
No.
And I gotta be honest, I'm a little biased. This is where TD is, a little unfair. I love when EM comes on because I know that I can win. I know that I can win. That's why I don't debate some of y'all, because I know that whatever we argue about, I am gonna win. Just like 12 personnel and all of that.
Like I always say, the real ones know what time it is. The real ones know, so I don't have to say nothing, bro. That's fine. You can, if that helps you sleep at night, I'm all for it, bro.
I don't think any other real ones still, the quote unquote real ones, still on this platform, because they rode that wrong train with you and some other people.
Oh well,
It's all good, man. Listen, man. I always enjoy destroying you at the end of the day.
The real ones know what time it is, man. They know. Let me ask you this though.
Somebody said, so this is like Skip and Shannon. It's more like Stephen A and me, and he's Max Kellerman. I just get him fired. I get him fired. Like I'm on screen, man. I need a raise having to debate this man every time. Can y'all just go give him his own side show?
Oh man, that's funny, bro. That is real funny, man.
Hey man.
Yeah.
Sith Lord, I just checked your email, man. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not going to be able to make it to the game, bro. I'm not going to the game. I'm not going to a Dolphin game, bro. I done spent too much money and had too many opportunities doing it before. And right now, we don't have a product that's worth it, bro. I just can't do it. I can't do it. Sorry, bro. I appreciate you, though. Thank you. I thank you so much for what you're offering me in that email. But I can't do it.
I see. Was that Sith Lord Todd O?
Yeah.
You were talking to? I see him. He said, I don't know, maybe he meant you, but he said, EM, check my email. I don't know what.
Oh, well, yeah, check it, bro. Check it.
Okay. And this time of year when all the new gear is coming, I get them notifications like from fanatics.com and NFLshop.com. And, I always get those because, Christmas time coming up, I don't ask for much during Christmas. I just want a few kind words and maybe a few Miami Dolphins draws or something. You know what I'm saying? Socks or something. Maybe a hoodie. Anybody that knows me knows that. So, but I'm seeing them notifications and everything, this time of year, bro. And I'm just like, no motivation to want to invest my money in this team this year.
And the sad thing is, I'm starting to feel like there's a chance we lose Sunday.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
Tyrod playing.
I told Esteban, I think it was either Esteban or Damon, maybe both of them. Tyrod is a Dolphin killer, bro. He's been a Dolphin killer. He's mobile. We know how we struggle with mobile quarterbacks. And Tyrod, before his injury, he was on a tear. He was playing extremely well. Yeah. Now, I hope please don't get it twisted. I'm hoping we blow them out. Tua plays well, but we shouldn't take the Texans lightly, bro, because they've been competitive this year. So,
and they got the 30th ranked defense, Ian.
Yeah.
30th.
I think I don't know, man. I don't have a good feeling about this game, to be honest with you.
You do?
I don't.
Me either.
I don't.
And even if we win, it's like, yay.
Yeah. I don't, bro. I'm telling you, I got it, on paper. You look just like that Jaguars game, just like that that Falcons game. On paper, you're like, oh, I just think, the whirlwind, the cloud of off the field distractions that's still hovering over this team. Oh man, and you got to feel for Tua because it's in his head, bro. Twofold. You know what I'm saying? Normally rookies, second year players have so much on their plate, and now you got this cloud still hovering over us because you know what time it is. It's like they're just buying time, just letting these 9 games go by so we can get to the offseason so we can trade for Watson. You got to feel for Tua in that regard because, I don't feel sorry for him, but I'm just like, man, I kind of feel bad for him.
And Houston probably want to beat us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's show them why they going to pay an even higher price to us. Oh,
and that's even more pressure on them. And again, like I said, Tyrod is going to make plays Sunday.
But let's be honest. We don't care nothing about this game other than the fact of let's see how bad Tua looks or how good he looks. I mean, what are we really looking for?
I would hope him just for as a player. I want to see him personally as a person, as a player, as a professional. Like, we talked about yesterday. I want to see him compartmentalize everything and just go out there and just, let it go, let it fly, bro. Let everything go because I'm wherever Tua goes, if he's here or not, I'm still going to follow Tua off the field because I've expressed to people privately and publicly, I think, I think Tua has, how he sees the world, his faith in terms of his faith. We have a similar foundation. I will say that. And so I'll follow him just for that. I'll follow him wherever he goes. But I just want to see him, I still like to think the world of him as a person. So I want to see him succeed. I want to see him, he might not be the best option for our team, but I just want to see him just block all the noise out, bro, and just go out there and just play the best version of himself. Be the best version of yourself, bro.
Did Tyrod turn us down?
Yeah, he did. He did.
And we were trying to get him to be our starter?
I don't know about starter, but they were heavily recruiting Tyrod. And you remember what he did to us when Gase was here, when he was in Buffalo. Remember that last year?
Mm-hmm.
So he's been a Dolphin killer, bro. He's been a problem for us for a minute.
You really think that that's a good question, Ian, because you're saying you don't know starter. It could have been, but we don't know. But that would have been a real competition in camp.
Oh, between Tyrod and Tua?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
And Tua might have already have gotten benched in a few games.
Well, I'm gonna tell you the way Tyrod looked early in the season. I think he played 3 games. Oh, if we would have got that version, that competition wouldn't even been close. It might have been even it might have been even, it might have been worse than him and Fitz, because according to some people that was observing practice, between Fitz and Tua, I mean, it wasn't even close. So. But Tyrod looked, he was playing extremely well the first 3 games, bro, before he got hurt. So
this should be interesting. I wonder what version of him we're gonna get this week. Before we go, bro, I wanted to ask you, did you watch that Thursday night football game?
Bits and pieces.
What you think about them 2 backups? Both of them.
For the Jets?
Yeah.
Go ahead and ask the question. TD.
I ain't got no question. I already asked
Skip
you
the
the question.
preambles. Go ahead.
I
That's not
asked
the
you
question.
what you think about
Excuse
both
me.
of their backups.
Excuse me. Ask the real question, bro.
All right. What do you think about both of their backups?
Mike White has played extremely well. He played extremely well last week against Cincinnati. And I think his name was Josh Johnson, I think, is the other guy. He played well too. I mean, they looked from, and again, it's a smaller sample size, but I would say definitely Mike White looks like he might be a better option than what Zach Wilson is right now, bro.
No question about it. But
You know what
then
I'm saying?
Johnson comes in and puts up 330 yards and 3 touchdowns in 3 quarters. Didn't even play the first quarter.
So what's your real question that you want to ask, TD?
No, I was just shocked that the Jets have 3 quarterbacks that even if some of them are backups, they're in a great position because they actually have competition and options now. I was just getting your thoughts on it.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, they played well.
So which one should we trade for?
Oh, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. So let me ask you. Let me ask you a question, TD. So, what you've seen from Mike White? What you've seen? Because I know that's what I think. I know what your answer is going to be, but I'm going to ask you the question anyway. From what you've seen from Mike White and Josh Johnson, I think that's his name. Do you think do they look like better options than Tua Tagovailoa? Is why you're asking me who should we trade for? Is that what you're trying to say here?
I was trolling, but I would say if I had to answer that, it's too early to make that type of assessment. But the thing that aggravates the hell out of me is you got 2 guys that was under duress, but they look so freaking comfortable. And the bad part about it is everything was downfield. They were comfortable going through their reads and progressions and downfield, looking for the deep ball before they even considered the check down. They were actually playing that. That's what I was really amazed about. Forget the yards, now they actually got some cannons. You see them zip they got on the balls. The boys know how to throw the ball. But I was just mesmerized. I mean, I didn't see any pre-snap, reads and stuff like that. You know what I mean? As far as like audible and nothing. But did it really matter whenever they hiked the ball and you could see him in the second level looking right, looking left, pressure coming, but I see somebody, bam. I mean, Mike White was getting hit every time he threw the ball. But he would deliver it every time he threw the ball. And we're talking about 15-yarder, 29-yarder, 33-yarder. This guy was actually, and that's the comfortability that I've never seen with Tua. You seen that film that we showed where he had Hollins wide open? The offensive lineman pushed the defensive lineman on the ground. Tua looked at him on the ground and said, "Oh, I gotta get out of here." It took off.
Yeah, Flores even talked about this the other whenever it was. He said that Tua definitely got to start pushing the ball down the field, bro. He's got to. Man.
I think Tua is nervous about his true accuracy down the field because in the NFL, that down the field throw ain't as open as it was in college.
I would agree.
He's worried about that underthrow, which he has a lot of, is going to either get picked or he need his Devante Parker bailout.
And it's easier. And again, I got to use some credit in this regard. Those windows that he had, you receive every receiver on the field, every one of them, because you had
it's NFL open.
They're getting 5 yards of separation. I mean, that makes things so much more easier on quarterbacks. And I think that's another thing I think Tua is struggling with is, again, NFL windows. Fitz talked about this as well. He told him he had to sit Tua down and explain to him when they were, in their classroom sessions, when they would look at film, Parker, your Parkers of the world, Preston Williams of the world, or even guys that do, as far as NFL standards, generate separation. Those still not the windows that he was used to seeing in college. And you don't have 5 seconds to throw. You know, you got less time to throw. You got less time to process. You know what I mean? And like I said, bro, the game just is too fast for him. I think.
And I want
for
you
him.
To,
No, go ahead.
I want you to think about how he ended the game versus Buffalo. Terrible pick.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't even see. He just saw a guy moving and he threw it. That don't even help his confidence going forward for them windows. That window he was just bad in because he didn't even look at the defender. He just followed the offensive player and saw that he was streaking. And didn't even see the back end of what was coming, what the guy was running into. But
I'm definitely. I will say this about Sunday. I am looking for him to correct a lot of those, at least some of those issues. I want to see incremental improvement out of him.
It don't mean nothing to me. You got a 30th ranked defense, bro. You're supposed to look like it's corrected.
I hear you, but still. So you rather him stick up the joint?
No. That ain't what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying is I already know what I'm gonna get for him in empty calorie games. And even in the empty calorie games, when I watch the film, he's still leaving stuff on the table. See, nobody want to talk about Atlanta in the Jags. All they want to talk about are the yards and touchdowns he put up. But they're not talking about was anybody really talking about the film study on those? Still leaving it all out there. In a quote unquote great game, was still leaving all the problem is this is the problem with the casual person. 7-yard completion. All right, let's go. Success for Tua. But the 20-yarder was there. You know what I mean? It's crazy that this guy goes check down first versus look for the play to develop, and if it ain't there, then you look for your check down. That's why they know they can't move the ball with him and they can't do anything big, because it's reversed for him. And I stand to it to this day, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for us to start congratulating the offensive coordinators and telling Godsey and Studville, good job. Y'all have created a system that at least allows him to look comparable.
Damn, you think Tua is that bad, huh?
It's not about being that bad. They are doing what's right by him. Give him a system he'll look good in. Because when you watch the game initially, he don't look bad. The Jags and the Falcons game, he gonna always look good if it's 75, 80, 70, 75, 80% completion. Anybody would think that he's smoking today. Think about that. What if they asked me to go out there and play quarterback and just keep throwing it to Gaskins in the flat? I'd at least get out of there with 65, little old me.
Man.
So they are. Hold on. Greg Cosell said it, didn't he?
He did.
He said it out of his own mouth. He said that. You know, they're giving him. They're working around his limitations, but it's only so much they can do.
Right. See, that's the issue. It's not the fact that they've constructed a system that highlighted strengths. Every quarterback, you're supposed to do that, take that approach with every quarterback. The problem is the system that they've installed for Tua, and again, is it based off his limitations? More than likely, at this point, it's looking like it's trending in that area. It's not sustainable for long-term success in the NFL. No. It's just not.
In EM, do you think Studsville and what's his name? Godsey. Do you think they like Tua? Imagine how bad they are looking right now.
Yeah.
If anybody accepts what's being said out here is true, that they have had to dumb down the playbook and go to his strengths and give him this little small thing to work around, you think they like him? This is their first shot to prove themselves as OCs. You think they like every week in the media being looked at as needing to be replaced and it's not working? So every meeting they're like, listen, man, we're doing what we can. They are probably the main ones in the meetings driving the narrative. We got to give him what he can handle. Otherwise, we're going to look terrible. I can't do this. I can't do that with him. So I feel like we're doing a heck of a job putting him in a system that he can get 75 to 80% completions.
It's hard to argue that. At this point, it's difficult to argue that.
But it goes back to Chan Gailey. If all of this stands to be true, he's the man who got treated the worst out of all of this. And they knew Tua limitations then. I'm starting to believe it. Chan Gailey didn't get fired. Chan Gailey just said, I don't need another year of this.
Yeah.
I don't need another year of this. I've been telling everybody what it is with Tua. I believe him in him. I think he'll get it. It's just a matter of when.
I just couldn't believe last year. Number one, I said that. I think Chan Gailey was criticized. There was a lot of that. It was unfair for him, that, the criticism. But you have people saying that, okay, he's, because of his relationship with Fitz, he's like indirectly, but he's directly trying to sabotage Tua. You had people out here last year trying to sell it. And I was like, that is the most, how infuriated I used to get last year when I used to hear that on other platforms.
Sabotage Tua.
It was ridiculous, bro. I was like, man, he is one of the most respected coordinators. Whatever your opinion is of him, but that dude is one of the most celebrated, not necessarily celebrated, but respected coordinators that the league, that the league probably have ever seen. And that you really think he would be in his feelings like that? And this is what my question I would pose to them. Even if he was that, he had that level of frustration with Tua. Well, could it be exactly why? They're not asking why. He's not doing this deliberately. That's his career. It's to be successful. It's to put his quarterback in a position to be successful. That's what he gets judged. That's how he gets his grade. But why is he doing that? Why are there two different playbooks? One for Fitz and one for Tua. And then people just do not want to believe Tua was just, he was just behind the eight ball in terms of his knowledge of the playbook. And then I tell you, remember all the criticism that me and others have taken when I came out and said that. Oh, but then to hear it come out of his mouth and they still don't want to believe it. I'm like, man, the man told you himself.
Chan Gailey told everybody himself that Tua, he giving him what he can handle.
And you hear and you heard.
And then Tua came out and say, I ain't know the playbook. And they still didn't come off of their narrative. And then
TD, you had just 2 days before Tua said what he said, you had the coordinators, when they asked them directly, what specifically do you want to see Tua improve in this year? The first thing out of their mouth was playbook retention. The first thing out of their mouth. So they just lying.
Both of them doing in separate interviews.
Come on, man. These folks need to stop it. The excuses need to stop. Just evaluate the man based on what the tape tells you, period.
TD, the only one acting like we have a good O-line. Well, we're not talking about the O-line right now. We're talking about Tua Tagovailoa. Y'all want to keep pointing at things that has nothing to do with what he can control, what he's leaving on the field, the opportunities he's missing out on. Let's stick to that. Let's stick to what Tua can control. If a guy lets somebody come through on the line unblocked and Tua gets sacked, okay, that's fine. O-line. But we're sitting here trying to continue to talk about what Tua actually can control when a guy isn't coming unevaded to the quarterback, when you have a beautiful pocket and you check it down in 1 second when you got a wide open guy streaking up the sideline. You got a wide open tight end coming across the field with his arms up like, I am nobody, it's over here. But you stuck on stupid in the flat on the other side.
I want to ask you, TD, real quick. So, do you think Odell Beckham is a possibility?
For the wrong reasons. They could potentially say, hey, if they're allowed to talk to Odell and they can get Odell on the phone and say, you know what, Odell, we're going to be straight up front with you. If we bring you in here, we want to restructure your deal right away. Go ahead and extend you, make it a 3-year, $30 million, guarantee about 16. That way it's safe for both of us. And we want to see what that does. And we got plans in the off season to get you all the touches that you could possibly get. They could sell that stuff. They could sell that to him easily.
I saw, what is this about this Jerome Baker tweet?
Jerome Baker basically tweeted at him. Let me put it up real quick because I got.
Well, he the last one need to be tweeting anybody. I mean, my God, that should have been Emmanuel Osborne or some of the more productive players on this team. Not you, man. You need to be in the film room, bro. You need to be in the weight room.
Well, you know
what
Jerome,
I'm saying?
Jerome just got the bag, so he might be the perfect one to tweet. OBJ want the next bag. So at OBJ, hear me out. What the heck you think that means? Hey, hear me out, bro.
Oh man, that is funny.
You think he's saying, bro, you worried about touches? We got Tua. Come on, bro. You think he's saying that? OBJ, hear me out. I honestly, and this is a conspiracy theory, I think this whole doggone team been waiting on Watson. I think undercover, this whole team been waiting on Watson.
That is funny.
I'm serious, bro. I truly feel like everybody been waiting on Watson. Everybody the trade deadline passed, and they were just like, "Hey, we'll see in the offseason."
Oh, that is funny, bro. Oh man, that's hilarious.
I mean, tell me this: you don't really think Gesicki's money is being impacted right now?
Oh, for sure.
Come on, man.
Oh, for sure.
Got Waddle out here in the slot all day. I mean, come on, man. This whole team is just waiting.
What is he telling them, bro?
What you mean, man?
Oh man, just hear me out, bro. Hear me out, bro.
Just hear me out.
Imagine.
I know what you see on the surface, but hear me out, bro.
Help is on.
OBJ, help is on the way. Okay, hear me out.
Who the hell know? Watson probably on the phone with that fool, bro. Look, hey, go on and accept that waiver wire claim. Get your behind the south.
Well, he ain't got a choice.
I'm coming.
He got a choice to accept.
That is funny, bro.
But it really does make no sense, bro, for Jerome Baker to be like, OBJ, hear me out. Bro, I'm telling you.
I don't know. He might be selling them on, I know we're 1-7, bro. But if you come here, you be a player that you are.
He was upset at Baker Mayfield and not getting the targets and stuff.
Oh, well, you definitely don't want to complain. Not to it not right now. Oh no. You definitely don't want to come to South Beach.
Hey, they were mad. Hey, they were mad at me on Twitter today, right? So I put up a tweet. No. I said, imagine Watson with OBJ, Parker, Fuller, Waddle, and Gesicki. And then at the back end of that, I said, and don't mention Tua because he'll turn all of them into slot receivers. They got mad at me, but it's the truth, bro. But you know that can happen, right?
Oh, bro, that's terrifying. Oh my God!
You know that can happen.
You know what? I don't even want to start. I'm not trying to go there, bro, because I'm not trying to set myself up to be let down.
And I'll go even further. Say we don't get Watson, I'd bring Aaron Rodgers into that situation.
Yeah, or
Russell. Just think about that. OBJ, Parker, Waddle, Fuller, and Gesicki, and Gaskins. Come on, bro. On paper, best receiving core in the NFL.
Still got Lynn Bowden. You still can carry Kurt Merritt as a developmental player. Sitting behind them established players.
It'll never happen, but I'm just saying, bro.
I'm not going there. I don't want to get my hopes up, bro. Yeah. I've been let down too much this year, bro. I'm done.
You see how crazy it is?
I'll believe
that's
it when I
a possibility?
see it.
Do you see how crazy it is that that's a real possibility if they wanted to?
And for these people don't think that a player of Watson's stature comes here, you don't think players are not going offensively and defensively? They're
You
going to
line
take
up
one or
them
take.
receivers. You line up them receivers. Russell and Rodgers would want to come.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. And half of them live here already, so they looking like, damn, they Russ going there. A Rod is going there. Wait. They traded for Watson. Oh, bro, they'll take less money to come here
Yep.
because half of them live here anyway. So, oh my God, that's terrifying for the
And
league.
you ain't giving up no draft capital to get it done.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, oh, that's terrifying, bro.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrifying. Ooh,
Imagine that. They ain't gonna do it, but imagine that. Imagine that. That would be crazy. Now that's how you change the team's outlook. And you know you're gonna have people fighting. No, why they don't give Tua a chance with all of that? Oh my God.
You know, man, no, bro. It's at the end of the day, bro, it's a talent thing. And again, like I said, on the stream the other day, some people are just blessed in areas more than others, bro. And it's a talent thing, bro. Deshaun Watson is just an elite talent, and Tua's just not. And I don't know what else to say, man. I don't get it. I just don't know. I don't have anything else to say about that.
This man said, at OBJ, hear me out. Bro, it don't get more cryptic than that.
Oh my God. I would love to be a fly on the wall to hear that man. Look, bro, look. Just get here. Look, Floden already told me, Chris Greer and Floden already told me, look, just get here. Just accept that waiver claim. Because look, we got that man from Houston, that monster from Houston coming. Just get here, bro.
You already see we were trying. It's gonna happen. And if he don't come, Russell, Aaron, just imagine. And that's the crazy thing. I can truly say that one of those three guys could be a Dolphin next year.
Yeah.
With the strong confidence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. It's insane. Anyway,
I hope they do get aggressive like that. Well, I think something. I think the first domino to fall is an established player like Watson or because they have no choice but to be. Then you got to spend that money.
Yeah.
So, but they just need to be more. They just need to hit. They need to be more.
It's a coincidence that we lined up $80 million. And could have even more when we get rid of certain players like Jesse Davis and other guys on this roster next year. And you hear Xavier Howard and all of them, the tune that they singing this week. I'm glad I didn't get traded. I'm happy that they, And then you hear Giuseppe, this is a great organization. There's nowhere else I want to be. They know what's happening. They know what's going on, bro. Hear me out, OBJ.
Oh my God.
Hear me out, bro. Like, I was shocked when I heard all these. I heard Giuseppe and Xavier Howard come out this week. I said something ain't right about this.
Bro, no, Xavier Howard, that's the one that shocked me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, maybe this man allegedly hates trade me.
This man allegedly hates Flores, hates him with a passion, trying to get out of town. Got 1 foot out the door, and to hear him say that, I was like,
bro, nobody can tell me these guys don't play poker at night and stuff like that, and they don't be sitting around having conversations.
Man, bro,
nobody can tell me it ain't groups within the team that hang out playing poker, and they just be that bum Tua. God, dog.
Come on.
Oh my gosh. Somebody said X out of guarantees. Do you know that trading him would have given him guarantees? Because that means anybody who traded for him already knew they would be giving him a contract. So him being out of guarantees ain't that language, man. But we'll see.
I'm thinking about this this Odell thing, bro. The Dolphins might, bro. Chris Greer might.
I said it could even be a deflection. Bro. It could be a deflection from all that crap that just went down. With Parker going on IR.
Yeah. They got everybody tweeting that dude, though. Cordell Patterson and
Mhm.
Von Miller, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but there was no place for Jerome Baker to. But
Yeah,
he
yeah.
did. At OBJ. Hear me out.
And what he said, hear me.
Hear me out. That
Hear
is
me
like
out.
the ultimate omission of,
Oh,
I know you don't want to come here, but bro, it's something you need to hear before you automatically think like everybody would think.
oh my
There's
God.
something you need to hear.
Oh my God, bro. That is funny, man. That is funny.
Come sit on this team and get your money without facing an injury for this year, and next year. All right.
I saw today where the Dolphins picked up a defensive end slash linebacker from Cincinnati. I think I'm gonna have to dig into research him a little bit and see what he's about.
Plugged him on the practice squad, though, right?
What's that?
Didn't they plug him on the practice squad for now?
Yeah. I will say that I know I've been critical about this front office, Greer, Flores, but one thing they've had success poaching players and from other teams and all practice squads and getting them in their program and getting production from them. So this is a linebacker. So I'm gonna wait sometime tomorrow, man, when I get some spare time, look him up and see what I can find on him, bro. So
what type of contribution he can add.
That's
crazy. If you look at Parker's contract, bro. So back when we gave it to him in 2019, it was like 6.9 million cap hit, 6 million cap hit, and on the year that he got paid, some real money is when he checking it down. $12 million cap hit this year. And next year is 9, and the year after that is 9. But a lot of that's bonus. He only has after this season $5.4 million in dead cap with 2 years left on the contract. Even if they wanted to move on from him, they're only going to eat $2.7 million for each year, and that's a good look for them. They'd only eat $2.7 million each year, or they would just call him in next year and restructure his deal. And I think they might be able to get that done.
Because Parker is still, when he's on the field, he's still highly productive.
It's just a matter of being on the field. But now they may be able to get it done to where they bring him right back down to Parker again, a guy that they might be able to escape with a 3-year, $21 million and about 12 guaranteed. They could restructure his whole deal to go from 2022 to 2024, make it a 3-year, $21 million contract and guarantee around 12. And I think they wouldn't mind still investing in him at 7 a year.
I don't know, bro. These last 2 years, bro, I want that around 5 or 6.
I get it, but when he's on
that man.
Well, let me put it like this. If they shut him down this year, then he's worth it. If he really is shut down because his body, then I get what you're saying. But for some reason, I just don't believe that they're just putting him on IR for something he can't work through. I just feel like at this point of the season, they're like, no need. Why are we going to, is a guy who's already, delicate to us, why even... We know what he can do when he's on the field. Plus, I don't think they want to give Tua any safety nets anyway, any security blankets.
How old is Parker now? 28, maybe 29? I know he's not 30.
Parker is 28 in 16 days, so he's young 28.
Yeah.
He'll be 28 when the season starts next year. So he still got that 3-year window. And that's why I say he can still get like a 3-year deal if you want to believe in it long term. And then, and it's sad because he's a first round freaking pick, number 14 overall, but his health always kept him from blossoming into a true threat.
I think Parker had Hall of Fame potential.
Yeah, if he didn't have the injury.
Parker Parker could have been right there with Julio Jones as the 1 and 2, 1A, 1B, most dominant, physically dominant receiver in the league for
Had the
a
potential.
stretch.
And
He
let
had
me
all
say,
of it.
let me say this about Parker. This is why it sucks, and he's worth him still giving a chance at some point, because none of his injuries have hurt his performance, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he's back, and you don't see the lingering.
Mm-hmm.
All these injuries, you think, he ain't the same player. He a step slower. He ain't got the same leap ability. He doesn't run his routes. He's when he's ready, he's ready. But I don't know, man.
And man, it's just we might even be seeing Parker. We might even have yet to see the best of him. Just think if he gets a quarterback that could actually get him the ball consistently, bro. You know what I'm saying? And just like Fitz, he had his best year with Fitz. That's his best year. And we all know Fitz was just, they was feeding him, they were featuring him. So, for whatever reason, Tua and him, they just haven't clicked. So if you actually get somebody in here, like Watson's caliber, I don't think that would be a problem. Him clicking with Watson, and Watson going to get him the football. We could even see a better version of him, bro. Who knows?
Yeah. You're right. Looking at it now, 2019 was his best year with Fitz.
Best year, bro. So
almost 1,000 yards. Yeah. Oh no, 1,200 yards. He actually was 1,200 yards.
See how these fools, bro. Look at this dude, Maston Park. Did I say he was going to be in a Hall of Fame? Or I said Hall of Fame potential. Who would dispute Devante Parker's physical ability coming into this league? Nobody. That was indisputable. 6'3", low 4.4 speed, can jump out the gym, long arms, bro.
Yeah.
Immense catch radius, bro. He had Hall of Fame potential. I didn't say he's a Hall of Fame player, bro. Come on, man.
But never had consistent quarterback play, or if he did, he was hurt. Think about it.
Yeah.
First year with Tannehill, he only started 4 games. Second year with Tannehill, he played half the season at 8, and that year he put up 744 yards in half the games. He was on pace for 1,500 yards that game. 1,500 yards a game that year. The 2017, he only played 12 games. So he's never. His first 3 years in the league, he just wasn't on the field. And even 2018, he only played 7 games. Started 7 games. Gosh.
And I think he lead the league in yards per catch his 2019 season, TD?
Yards per.
I know he was top 5, bro.
Right now, I'm seeing he was 16.7 yards per reception.
It
is up there, 9 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Only 5 drops the entire season.
Wow.
The entire season, and he played all 16 games, started 14. But that's crazy. 2019 was the first year he was healthy. 1,200 yards. He started 14 games, but he still got dinged up and missed 2. 1,200 yards and still missed 2 games. 75 yards a game. Basically, he was going to run about 1,350 yards that season. Even 2020, he only started 11 games and had 800 yards. He was well over 1,000 if he would have been healthy.
It's just so frustrating that, because I feel robbed, bro. Because, he could have been, he had that ability, dude. He had that ability. Crazy.
And it's crazy. Ability. Even this year, he's only played 5 games, and he was on pace for 1,000 yards. He got 327 and only played 5 games. If he played all 17, he'd be over 1,000.
Yeah.
Tough.
Just, some people's the human bodies are made for that type of punishment, bro. But some people's, body, some people's makeup is just really not meant for it. And Parker clearly, bro, he just can't stay on the field, bro. Can't stay healthy. So
it's going to be interesting to see what they do with him next year, if they continue or if he's a part of a trade package.
Why do you think they wouldn't move him before the deadline this year, though? Because they were receiving calls. Why do you think they didn't move him?
either they weren't getting what they wanted, or they feel like he's still a part of the future, bro. I mean, look what he just did Sunday. Hell. Look what he just did Sunday. Wasn't he the most reliable guy for Tua?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Outside of the one broken play deep one to Gesicki, that was Tua's production. Parker. So Tua's going to either need him or the next quarterback is going to love him. And I'm telling you, I think they have expectations next season to restructure his deal, push it out for 3 years, give him some more guarantee, but get a lower annual and save themselves. And basically that's probably going to clear up about $3 million in cap space per year and help him out, help the team out and help him out by giving him his next guaranteed deal. And I think that they probably can do that with him because we've been so generous dealing with his injuries.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, I could see where Parker wouldn't want to be nowhere but Miami and willing to. Yeah, I understand. Y'all gave me a chance on that show deal.
Yep.
With 2 years, $5 million, and I proved it, and y'all rewarded me. Y'all gave me this deal, and y'all paid me, and now I've had a few more injuries, and I understand. Give me the 3-year, $20 million deal, 3-year, $18 million, whatever it is.
He's still an asset, still highly productive when he's on the field, bro. So
they feel like that's a guy that they can trust and feel good about from a contractual standpoint and a fair standpoint. You know what I mean? And he's going to be good for either quarterback. So
I think Parker is a quiet leader in the locker room too. Because one thing about Parker, he hadn't been able to stay healthy, but it's not due to a lack of work ethic. They've always respected him putting that work in. And
but I want to see one season with him healthy and a great quarterback.
Oh man.
Has he ever been to the Pro Bowl?
He went, did he go?
He went 2019?
Yeah. Well, I would hope he did. I mean, I think he did that year, bro.
You think so? Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Devante Parker.
I tell you, these idiots, bro. I'm gonna say to the idiots out there, you know who you are. You're not gonna get my blood pressure up tonight. It's too late for that. I gotta be up too.
Yeah, I don't think
up too early. He didn't really.
No, he was passed over. They kept saying he was snubbed. He didn't get the call. Houston's DeAndre Hopkins dropped out of the Pro Bowl, and they still didn't call Parker. So somebody else. So no, he didn't. Yep. June of 2020, they were saying, wait, no. See, we're in 2020. Yeah, and all the reports were saying in 2020 he should be a Pro Bowl receiver with where he left off, but he didn't. So, yeah, man.
Oh man, I would be I would be open to Parker. I know Damian listen, I know he gonna disagree. but did it just I thought that was it. But I would be open. I don't know about no $7 million because man, he just can't stay on the field. But if he's willing to restructure and for a really team friendly, I'll bring Parker back. He's clearly an asset.
Here's the sad part about this situation. Who's more valuable, Parker or Jerome Baker?
Oh, clearly Parker, bro.
And look at the money situation. You know what I mean? Even though, hey, Baker is durable, even though he got his first freaking injury.
But no, I can't do 7. Parker he just can't stay on the field. How many games the last 2 years he's played? How many games this year?
5 this year out of 8.
Okay. How many did he play last year? 12?
11 starts, but showed up in 14 games, but didn't do much in those other them 3 that he showed up.
But still, even when he played though, when he was hurt though, he was just wasn't. You couldn't get much production from him.
Yeah, but
You know
you
what I
also have to understand the switch of who's throwing them the ball.
mean?
I ain't trying to be funny. I'm just saying, like, I mean, that matters because even his yards per reception goes from 16.7 all the way down to 12.6 when Tua took over.
Mm. Well,
That type of stuff make a difference.
I would agree. Wow. Well, yeah, I would be open to bringing Parker back, but it's going to have to be at a real, he's going to have to restructure and, it's going to have to be a real, it's going to make a lot of sense from a team standpoint because he'll be 29 too, bro. So,
20, what's that?
he'll be 29 next year. So,
yeah, during the season.
So, he gonna miss game. I mean, if I'm a betting man, I'm betting that he's gonna miss. He's gonna continue on what we've seen the last 2 years. He's gonna miss games next year. So,
hey, what game did Tua start playing in last year? Was it like the Rams game or something like that?
Yeah, it was a Rams game, I think.
So I want you to hear this order. The first games that year where Fitch was playing. Parker per average per reception, 14, 12, 13.8, 25, 17, 13. And the Rams game where Tua started, 3 yards per catch, 10.6, 10.17, 8.75, 15, 14, and that was it. His numbers dropped drastically, at least about 4 or 5 yards per reception when that happened. These things make a difference for these guys, man.
The numbers don't lie.
Oh, I missed one. The Buffalo game at the end was 16. So that was a good one. That was his go-to, the 50-50 balls.
Yeah, he played well. Parker played well that game.
7 receptions, 14 targets, 160 yards, and he was only 50% completion in that game. And he played 92% of the game.
Well, that's definitely something we need to pay attention to moving forward, especially once we get in the offseason, see what they do with Parker, man.
It's going to be interesting with a lot of these guys this year.
I wonder how soon can they get at it? You know what is a real focus for me is how soon can they get at that damn Jerome Baker contract, bro? Because I would love to see. I would like nothing more to love to see them pull a Kyle Van Noy, do exactly to Baker what they did to Kyle Van Noy this past offseason.
I don't know if you're gonna get that soon, bro. I'm pulling it up now.
That's what they need to Kyle Van Noy, Jerome Baker this offseason.
I don't think Baker money kick in the next year anyway. That's the problem with that. So let's see. Yeah, this year he's a $4 million cap hit. He's only a $4 million. That's why I say his contract really don't. Oh, wait. This actually is really friendly, I think. Yeah, I mean, I guess they did do this nicely. So next year, he's basically like a $10 million guy, okay?
Oh, my God.
And if we cut him next year, it's a $16 million cap hit. I mean, dead cap. So he's playing next year. Let's just get that straight now. Okay? They're not going to spread out $6 million over 3 years of dead cap on him. But 2023, that's your out. After next year, you can get out if you want. Because he's going to be a $12 million cap hit, then a $14.5 million cap hit. But 2023, he only has $6 million dead cap. But if they cut him, they can divide that by the last 2 years and do 3 and 3. They could just dead cap 3 million, dead cap 3 million, and that's nothing to teams. They don't care nothing about 3 million dead cap spread out. So they got their out in 2023. So really, this next year is his year,
right?
Where he want to ball out so much to where they keep him on that same deal.
Right. So.
So they gave him $20 million guaranteed at signing. 20 million. 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 20
Mm. I don't know what Flo was smoking that day, bro. Man, because he clearly was. Oh man. Mm.
I remember this was an extension. This year ain't had nothing to do with that. But what they did is they were able to put some of that signing bonus into this year. They put about $3.4 million into this year, even though this year has nothing to do with the new contract. That's why you always do it that year early. So you could take some of that money and start paying them now so it don't kill you later.
Right. Mm.
So that's pretty much what they did.
Oh man, that's depressing.
Yeah, that Jerome Baker deal is just ugh.
I never thought in a million years, bro, I would be sitting here saying $10 million linebacker and Jerome Baker in the same sentence, bro. Bro, I would have told you was a complete fool if you'd have told me this 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah, that's a crazy one there. But remember, that was
So,
always Flores' guy, right?
that's his boy. That's his boy.
We're gonna look up 2 years from now and be giving Tua a 10-year, $500 million deal. Imagine that. And I'm gonna be the one saying, if you would have told me this would have happened, I would have never believed it.
Oh man.
Anyway, man, I'm not finna be. Man, I was supposed to be live literally for 30 minutes, bro, and here I am, 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Damn.
The wife probably mad. We were supposed to watch a movie.
Damn, bro. My bad, bro.
Time flew. No, it ain't you. Time flew by. I ain't recognize. But I'm finna get up out of here, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, EM, man. We'll chop it up later, bro. Salute to everybody. Y'all hit that like button on your way out. TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. We are out.
Y'all be good out there. Y'all be good.
You have never